whether you're wrong and like Homecoming, or you're right and like Spider-Man 3, or based as fuck and like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, we all shut up for No Way Home. I sure fucking did, and I went dressed as Spider-Man. That's right, I'm above all of you that didn't. But we're always gonna have a Spider-Man. There's no one more profitable than him. Except like Batman? No, not Batman, get out of here. But, as you may know, you've seen the title, I hope. It's about the Spider-Man films. And, this is a small disclaimer. This is the only time I will ever use someone else's template, because this was sent to me by a friend. They didn't see who created it, and I couldn't tell where they found it from. So credit to the creator of this. And now there are templates for the other icebergs I have. I went through and made them because I finally found out how to make one. But yeah, all icebergs I make are custom made, except this one. So, once again, credit to the original maker of this. Now, on to the actual films. I'm gonna speedrun Tier 1 because everyone knows these already. Morbius, it made $1 billion. It also has Jared Leto in it, but no one cares about that part. Spider-Man 1, everyone knows that one. You grew up with it, most likely. If it wasn't for this one, the MCU wouldn't have been a thing. Spider-Man 2, which is pretty much everyone's favorite Spider-Man movie. If it's not Spider-Man 2, it's the next one, Spider-Man 3. Yep. The Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield reboot. And along with its sequel, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. We all know that one as well. And if anything, that's probably the one that got fucked the most. Then there's Spider-Man Homecoming, nothing to say about that one. And then there's Spider-Man Far From Home. And along with, at the time, the only animated Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse. And then Venom, we all know Venom. And then Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. I still haven't seen Venom 2. No one fucking took me. My friends excluded me because they're now fucking each other, and I stuttered and I fucked up that joke. Now here, I'm gonna need to explain a little more. There's the Black and Silver movie, which is Silver Sable and Black Cat movie. There's that thing. This has been in development hell. Genuinely. It's titled as an unproduced film and has about 4 people attached to it. And then that's it. But it's in development hell because it just keeps getting delayed, rewritten, cancelled, all that shit. And then Sony tried to make it into a TV project. That's it. It's never gonna come out. There's also Kraven the Hunter movie. I didn't think this one had this much development into it, and apparently it's scheduled for next year. What the fuck? 2023 Kraven movie. Genuinely. But who's playing Kraven? Fucking Quicksilver. But looking into this, they've been trying to use Kraven for a really long time actually. Like, he got planned for Spider-Man 4. He was teased in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I don't remember that part, but apparently. And Ryan Coogler, Black Panther director, tried using him in the movie before learning that Sony had the rights to Kraven. And probably most famously known for the Tom Holland movie, the third one, which got scrapped, or he got scrapped in favor of No Way Home. At least that's what the rumors were. But apparently for the Kraven movie, filming has already happened. Somewhere between February and, at the very latest, June of 2022. I didn't fucking know that. I thought this just had not picked up any steam. But nothing's known about the plot yet. The Amazing Spider-Man 3, the cancelled sequel to Amazing Spider-Man 2, was scheduled for 2018 and also cancelled for an MCU reboot. And also because Andrew Garfield got fired. Then there's Spider-Man 4, the biggest heartbreak I've ever had. Right, there was an interview with Toby talking about it, and then like a little bit later it got cancelled. Yeah, it was gonna have Vulture, Mysterio. I think it was also supposed to have the Lizard. Sucks. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, gonna come out in 2023. It has Poe Dameron as Spider-Man 2099. I'm actually looking really forward to that. And then it has a sequel to that, right? The sequel to Across the Spider-Verse is Beyond the Spider-Verse. Comes out the year after. Then there's the untitled No Way Home sequel, which I don't know if it's confirmed or not, now that I think about it. And also Venom 3, which is confirmed by Tom Hardy himself, but nothing else is known. And then there's the James Cameron movie, right? James Cameron, most famously known for Piranha 2, wanted to make a Spider-Man movie. It was supposed to be somewhere in the early 90s, and it had bootleg versions of Electro and Sandman, and there's this whole thing about bootleg Electro trying to fuck somebody, and then he kills them because he electrocuted the shit out of them, and then he defibrillates them back to life. And then Spider-Man also ties up into a web, you know, he ties up Mary Jane into a web and then fucks her. Why is there a lot of fucking? I don't know why. This is a Spider-Man movie. There's also this thing about Arnold Schwarzenegger having a cameo as Doc Ock. I would have fucking loved to see that. Is it Tobe or Toby Hooper? I don't know, but the guy who directed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which proves that nothing good happens in Texas and that Texas is awful, he wanted to make a Spider-Man movie as well, but that was going to be a body horror movie. Right? Just whoever wrote it just completely misunderstood the concept of Spider-Man, and he thought of a grotesque figure of a man spider type thing. Think of this. I kind of want to see that. Madame Web, I also had to add this one, but I thought this one was cancelled. It is also set to be released in 2023, and it has a couple of people attached to it. Some actors have been attached to it, or actresses, I should say, have been attached to this, and I just thought this was cancelled, not gonna lie. But as of me doing this, it's currently filming. Like mid-July to about mid-October, it will be filming. Spider-Man 2.1 is just Spider-Man 2, but with like extended scenes. That's it. The Amazing Spider-Man 1977. You ever see this goofy looking fucker? That's what this is from. It aired on CBS and released in theaters outside the US. And I mean, the plot is just the actual Spider-Man origin, followed by a dude known as Guru hitting that Jedi mind trick on people, telling them to off themselves. Spider-Man Strikes Back, which is the fucking sequel. Yeah, the sequel in the year after, 1978. So basically, one of Peter's teachers wants to do an experiment with plutonium, and then students grab and steal plutonium to build a fucking nuke to show the dangers of plutonium, because that makes fucking sense. And Spider-Man then tries to stop them and fails, and then the villain, Mr. White, learns about this and tries to steal the plutonium to build one of his own. You know, that sounds amazing, but it's not better than Spider-Man 3. Speaking of Spider-Man 3, the original Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man The Dragon's Challenge, the sequel again. But a Chinese defector named Minlo Chan comes to the US and is being hunted down for secrets on Mao Zedong. Then Peter's tasked with finding ex-Marines in order to help clear Chan's name. The Sinister Six movie. They want to make one. They like really wanted to make one. I think they still do. Right? It was supposed to be a spin-off from the Andrew Garfield movies because they teased it at the end of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And then nothing ever came out of it. But apparently it was a 2-movie thing. Like a part 1, part 2 that was supposed to end in The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Ending a 3-story movie arc. And then it was going to have Doc Ock as the main villain with interdimensional threats, Venom, maybe Carnage, and then Spider-Man with the black suit, and then Spider-Man joining the Sinister Six. It says temporarily, but like I don't want to see that. El Muerto. It's that thing with Bad Bunny. They want to put Bad Bunny as a Spider-Man character. I don't know why, but like, you just know, all the LA thoughts, all the Los Angeles thoughts are gonna go see this day one. I'm allowed to say that. There's also Spiderman, which is a Japanese Spider-Man movie. Apparently, there was a Japanese Spider-Man TV show, and it got a movie that takes place in between episode 10 and episode 11. And then here, he fights against a big-ass swordfish and the Iron Cross. Sounds amazing, but not better than Spider-Man 3. Also speaking about Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 3 Director's Cut, it has a couple of changes, like changes to the score, alternate takes on some scenes, dialogue revisions, and the fight with Harry at the beginning starts differently, apparently. My favorite thing though is that Harry's redemption is a little different, right? Rather than him hearing that his father died from the butler, he tries to reconcile his friendships on his own without knowing how Norman died. I like that. I like that a lot more. But like, I like Spider-Man 3 more. Once Upon a Time, The Superheroes is just a documentary on the history of Spider-Man and Marvel, and I don't think it's available for streaming. So, Spider-Man 5 is exactly what it sounds like. Sam Raimi's 5th Spider-Man movie was set to be released in 2013 and came out in 2013. He fought the Lizard. Spider-Man fought the Lizard. It got positive ratings. I'm fucking with you. This shit, it doesn't exist. Venom 1997, a movie with Dolph Lundgren, the guy who played the Punisher. He was gonna be Venom in 1997. It's just another cancelled Venom project, and it's just Venom versus Carnage. That's all it is. But they wouldn't have had Marshall on it, so fuck this. Three Day Venom, this is the best fucking thing ever. It's a Turkish movie, completely unauthorized to use any of these characters. There's no fucking way, dude. It has Spider-Man, the boy Steve, and Mexican wrestler El Santo. I kid you fucking not, that's what this thing says. But then, he's not even called Captain America. He's called Sergeant America. I fucking love that. But the plot, Istanbul is being attacked and they call in Captain Sergeant America and El Santo to stop it. And the fucking bad guy is Spider-Man with his villainous gang, quote unquote. You know, I fucking love this. I want to see this. Where is this? Dude, I'd make out with anybody who could find me this and buy it for me. Like, literally, the description says they mutilate a woman's face. And they also counterfeit US dollars. Which is worse. I'd fucking love to see this, bro. I kid you fucking not. The Green Goblin's Last Stand is just a fan film based around the night Gwen Stacy died comic. It's released in 1992, and it was written, directed, produced, starred in by Dan Poole. It says it was made on less than $400. I love that. Oh, Spider-Man 1969. 19. Another fan film from the year 1969. And then Spider-Man fights a creative character named Dr. Lightning, who's a villainous scientist. Very generic, but okay, let's roll with it. It apparently just has positive ratings, like, throughout its entire lifespan. And it's been mainly called unintentionally hilarious. Oh, the Spider-Man 4 fan film, there's a Kickstarter to turn what was supposed to be Spider-Man 4 into a fan film, and is apparently in production now. Viva Spider-Man is just another fan film from 1989. I almost said 18 again. Just based off the 1967 cartoon. And the guy who wrote this later became a writer for the animated cartoon. Baller ass move, not gonna lie. He just fights Kingpin. It's about as much as I can give you. Venom rated R cut, there's apparently 30 to 40 minutes that were cut from the first Venom movie, so because of this, people think that with those minutes included, there's some sort of R-rated cut of Venom out there. I don't think this was ever going to be rated R. It's PG-13. I think they always said it was going to be PG-13, no matter what. It's just we all assumed it was going to be rated R. I don't know. Spider-Man 6. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Bro, I fucking wish. Not better than Spider-Man 3 though, but I fucking wish this was a thing. Oh, Venom 2008. There's this trailer on YouTube for a movie called Venom, and a lot of people thought that it was a trailer for a Venom movie, so they clicked on it. I was also one of those people. I actually remember that. I remember being like 8 or 9 and just seeing Venom 2008 or something like that, and just thinking that somewhere out there was a Venom movie. I was 8, so I couldn't fact check this. I didn't know how. Just Venom is just another slasher type movie from 2005. So it's not even 2008. Yeah, Aunt May movie. There was this fucking rumor about a spy thriller movie that focused on Aunt May in 2014. I don't remember this. Oh god, that'd be fucking wild. Not better than Spider-Man 3 though. Spider-Man 3 with the original Venom death, it's just okay. So when Eddie dies, when Eddie and Venom die in Spider-Man 3, the original death was a lot more gruesome. I don't want to say gory, but gruesome. Right? It's Sam Raimi, so when Peter tries to pull out Eddie out of the symbiote, apparently he just pulls out a skeleton, and then you just see a skull and bones. Then the novelization of Spider-Man 3 goes in depth on how pretty much Venom ate Eddie alive, and then there's this image from that scene that's available. Yeah, I think it says Venom tries to rebond with Peter, so that's what this is. The actual thing says Spider-Man 1 with 9/11 and web shooter scenes. That made me think that somehow 9/11 got integrated to Spider-Man 1. That's not what that means whatsoever. Just that there were scenes that featured the World Trade Center that got cut. And then the scene or scenes of Peter making web shooters that were scrapped, which were apparently in the teaser trailer. I don't think I've ever seen the teaser trailer. Hold on a minute. Then again, I was like 2 when this movie came out, so I don't blame me for not seeing the teaser trailer. Spider-Man vs. Kraven, another fan film, but this one's apparently lost. Right? Lost media, if you will. Right, but no one's actually seen it. Like, no one's actually seen the entire thing or any kind of video of it, because the director apparently lost interest into making this. So he just kind of stopped doing it. Some screenshots are available though, and was actually blessed, like an unofficial blessing by Stan Lee was given to this guy, and then he just kind of stopped. I think it said that he wanted to commercially sell it, but he wasn't able to do that, which, I mean, yeah. What the fuck? It's not your character, bro. And then that's why he just kind of gave up on it, because he couldn't make money on it. But it's like, I don't know. Why do you give up just because you couldn't make money on it? Like, Spider-Man and the Hulk TV film. There was almost a crossover with Lou Ferrigno's Hulk and Nick Hammond's Spider-Man in the 80s. There isn't much to this other than Lou Ferrigno actually said something about this once. It goes into a couple of other things that Universal or the people who had the rights to the Hulk TV show didn't want to put Hulk with other characters. And then the Hulk show and the Spider-Man show from the 70s both went downwards in terms of views, so they were just like, fuck this. But it's also like, it's a crossover, you get more views in general. That's it though, that's the list. That's the fucking list. I love this list. I need that 3-Dev Adam movie in my hands right fucking now. I will suck off whoever I need to have it in my hands right now. This is the only not custom made Iceberg from me. I don't like using other people's templates. I think it's fucking lazy. I just called out like 99% of Iceberg videos. Fuck them. I don't know. I custom make all of them. All of the ones I made. I'd feel bad about using someone else's template, but I wanted to do it. I saw what it was and I was like, I have to. This will be my last Iceberg for a while. What else can I say? Nothing else really. Bye.